Um, Brandon's seen 3 doe. I haven't seen anything yet, but I'm in I got this kind of close to me because I don't want to scream and it's very quiet. The one good thing, the sun is at my back and it's warming me up a bit. But I got a little sweet feed in my spot, but I stopped baiting it morning. I think it moved, the temperatures went up to like 16 or 17 degrees. Tips of your fingers get cold. So there is, the 9-point was there this morning at 6 o'clock. I couldn't go up to the blind, but I didn't want to because it's hard to get in there in the morning without spooking them. I did go up yesterday, but there was nothing in the morning there. And I sat all day, and at 5:30 a doe came up. And she was real skittish because my wind was blowing to her. So I decided to get in my ladder stand here, and I am between 2 bedding areas. So it's real crunchy today too. What's up, Chris? Bogley. And I got in here and I knew that I wouldn't kick my buck out because my buck was at the blind. So there's a half rack that I'd shoot too. Now the reason why I shoot the half rack is it's a management deer and it's getting late in the season and these deer aren't cooperating. They're all late at night or early morning. They're not moving during the day. And it's a lot harder to hunt if anybody goes out late season. And I'm doing this live, and I probably won't see nothing, but the movement has to be to a minimum. Any sounds are real loud in the stand. But if we see a deer today, that half rack or that 9, you'll see me shoot it live if I get a shot. So these little hand warmers are nice. And I got my heated socks today too. But it'd be like, but I did dump some sweet feet out just to get something there, not thinking, not to say that that's gonna draw them in. I thought I seen something move. But I just put the sweet feet out just in case something comes by and smells it and stops to get a shot, you know. But that sun, behind me helps a lot. I could feel it. And I got my heated vest and my heated socks on. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm trying to talk as loud as I can. And I'm right in the camera where I face. Okay. I should hear them coming. Okay. It's so crunchy this morning. But I just wanted to go live with you guys just to show you what's going on down here. But I'm leaving today. I think Bob's gonna bait the blind today. I told him I'd help him because he got a bad shoulder. But knowing him, he's gonna drive up there probably in a little bit. But I told him I was gonna hunt till like 10 or 10:30. And then I'll get down and head home. No. I did last time I sat here. I didn't have any bait in there, and a small 8-point come down, and he walked right behind me, like right where I'm pointing. He was like right there, and he went behind me. But we have a west wind today of 4 miles an hour, but my wind is going downhill. The thermals are pulling it down. This milkweed stuff works great. I can see it floating in the air there. It's funny because it floats right to where the deer come out at. It's unbelievable. But I'd like to whack a deer on camera for you guys. See, that milkweed is going straight ahead now into the thicket, but it's staying up high. And this sun warming everything up. What's that saying? No. See you, Chris. No. Yesterday was pretty nice, but I sat all day, and I thought I was going to see them at night, and I seen one doe come in. It'll be hard enough for you. I cut a video this weekend as well. There ain't much to look at, but I like to give the videos out exactly how they happen, so see some action, not much. You can hear them cars behind me. That's I-70, and that actually helps. That actually helps with some noise. Like to conceal my noise. We ate good yesterday. We went up to Dan and Liz's and she made us pork steaks. Man, were they good on a grill. I know something, you come to Ohio, we might not shoot a deer. If you don't shoot a deer, you're going to eat good. That's for sure. So I got some pretty cool news that I'll be announcing Oak Ridge Game Calls is going to start sponsoring my channel. They're sending me a bunch of calls, and I'm going to be exclusively using the Oak Ridge Game Calls. I'll be using all their deer calls and all their turkey calls. Yeah, I wish I had a cup of hot chocolate. I thought I heard something. I couldn't get in the blind this morning if I wanted to. That half rack was there at 7 o'clock. And when I was coming down to my stand, they had 4 different bucks there. They had the 8-point, my 9-point that I want to shoot, a small 8-point, and that half rack. So I kind of knew I wouldn't spook them coming here. I figured I'd catch them coming back this way. I was hoping. Who knows where they go? They go up on the hill, but some of them can come down this way, like towards me. And that's what I was hoping for. As it gets towards the end of the season, we got until the first Sunday of February down here. So as that approaches closer and closer, if I see a doe, I might take a doe down here too. Because I got somebody that wants some deer meat. All right, man, go shower. So, what was I gonna say? The 9-point is what my target deer is. And there's a half rack with no brow tines. It only has 2 on the one side, but it's really high and wide. But we want to get that out of the gene pool down here, so if I see that one, I'm going to take a shot at it. But I prefer the 9-point with the double brow tine. It would be cool to shoot a deer live on here so you guys can see it. I just don't know what YouTube would do with it. If it would let it go or if it would whack it. There's a path directly behind me that comes out to my left about 5 yards. They use that a lot. I cut that path out to get to my stands, and now they use it. I gotta back up so I can see what the hell's going on. Yes, sir. What's up, Munchie? It's warm, yeah, real warm. It warmed to 15 or 17 degrees. but I did not. What I'll do is I'll take you down and I'll show you what I'm looking at here. There's a thicket in front of me. And there's like a field behind me, like a thicket, like overgrown field. And I'm in a clearing in between both of them. So anything that wants to get from this thicket over to this thicket behind me usually comes through here. And then the path that I walk in on up top here, the frackers have a water line. It's basically a 10-inch canvas hose, like a fire hose, and they run it for miles down here. They cut this path out, which makes it a lot easier for me to get in. And they have a hose on it, and they have it staked in the ground. And there's days when it's on and days when it's off. But I think on these cold days, they put water in it so it doesn't freeze. And they run it. I'll show you guys what I'm looking at. I gotta take you off my bow here. Hold on. Okay. Let me switch the camera around. That's what I'm looking at. So that's what I got going on here. Tell you what though, the second gear's warm. I wouldn't be able to do this with my old hunting clothes. It's nice they have like these cold weather systems that you get. And this little hood, believe it or not, keeps the heat in. I think I'm catching a cold. Wonder why. Let's see what we got here. Thanks, KY Hunter. I hope you get one at Bruce. I'd like to see a deer here just to know what the heck they're doing. Because they were over there this morning. And they were still there when I was in my stand. I tell you what, this lease in Ohio, it is hard to figure out. Bob has shot one the last 4 years down here in late season. It's crazy. And I'm starting to not like the rut less and more every year. I'm really liking that a couple weeks before Halloween, and Halloween week the better. I think that's the best times. If you find them on a food pattern early, that's good. And then that seeking phase when their deer are just meandering around. They're not running around chasing does all frantically, like you can't get them to stop. You can see some big bucks, but your chances of getting a shot off is tough. I don't even know what time it is. Anybody got the time? Thanks, KY Hunter. I hope I get one too. You would 9:41. Thank you. Thanks, Bruce. So you would think that we have pile corn. Thank you, guys. We have a pile of corn over there. I had those deer are all nocturnal. That's what makes it tough. We have great locations, like I'm in between two bedding areas. So they have to move through here. But you would think that you put out food and all the deer in the area would come and eat it because there's no food here. But they depend highly on browse. Like a deer wants the woody browse, and a deer's diet is 50 to 70% of browse. So no matter how many food plots you have or how much corn you have out, they prefer browse. And there's a lot of browse in these bedding areas. So they don't have to move during the day, and they come and eat the corn piles at night. And in Ohio, everybody has a corn pile, so you're competing with everybody as well. But I got this stand. I have a stand up the hill where it's like thicker, but this is pretty thick. This is just an opening in between two thickets. And Bob, he's more like a CRP field edge, but he's down in a ditch in like the middle of nowhere. Then you would think the deer would go there during the day. And right now, these deer, I think it's just from all of the bait piles that are in Ohio. These deer just develop a pattern where they don't have to be seen in daylight to feed. They just wait till night to hit all the piles of corn. So yeah, down here, I shot mine last year, October 26th, early on my food pile. And that was sort of like the chase phase. Like the seeking phase. I don't even want to say chase phase. The seeking phase. Like they're looking for deer, so they're wandering around. And that's the best time. So last year I did that. This year I didn't hunt here during that time because I had my rutcation scheduled, and you will see the next, my rutcation series is 5 videos, and that's going to be coming out. I'm editing it all. You'll see 5 videos of all the deer I passed up and the deer that I couldn't get shots at. Like if you want to hunt the rut and shoot a 2.5-year-old, you can do that. I'm just after them 4s and 5s. Or I could be done in Ohio just as well. But then you just wait. I just, wait. Wait until this season. I think, I don't want to shoot nothing small. And I had that 9-point on my hit list and that kicker 10. And Bob got the kicker 10. So the only shooter that I've seen around here is the 9, the double brow 9. And that 8-point that was with it's only a 3.5-year-old. And that half rack, it needs to be taken out because it don't even have any brow tines. So that was one that we picked if we're going to shoot a management buck, is to get that one out of there. Anytime you have a deer with no brow tines and a decent rack, something screwy with the jeans, so you want to get them out of there. And I have one creek in my tree stand and it drives me insane because it's so cold. I'm getting photos at my stand now. It might be Bob. Yeah, the movement this morning is nothing over here. We could go and chase them, but chasing deer in late season's tough when you're moving tree stands and all that stuff, you know what I mean? In late season. The early season is when you want to set up, and that's this stand is an awesome stand selection here. I see deer here all the time. But late season they have different patterns. And it is crazy how those deer don't like this daylight. No, they're daylighting somewhere, but that's usually, they get up in their bedding areas, browse around and sit back down. Anywhere where there's thermal cover, that's where they are. But it's hard to get in there and hunt them. So we hunt the fringes, the edges. But it is cold. I'd like to see that other 9-point that I have. I only got one picture of the 9-point with the crab claw. He has a bump on his belly. That's a big deer. That's a 4.5, 5.5-year-old buck. If he would come in, that'd be nice. What's funny is, you do all this work, you want to get a deer so bad, and I'm passing up deer all year down here, and you're waiting for that big one, and then at the end of the season, you want to shoot a management buck, and it's like, then you gotta gut them in this freezing cold weather, which sucks. So sometimes you're like, I ain't shooting a deer, it's too cold. But if I had any of them big ones come by, I'm shooting them. And I'd shoot the half rack too. But there were times where it's like, I don't think I feel like gutting a deer today. Like my mouth guard here when I'm breathing, it's frozen. We got a west wind, so the wind's hit me in the face to my left. I'm going up the hill. But yeah, guys, thank you for coming in. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't. I appreciate you guys. Once I get home tonight, we may be doing a live later on tonight when I get home and get settled in. I gotta see what my wife has for me today, what we're doing. We watched the football games yesterday. My pick, San Fran, got smoked. And then Denver surprisingly won. And their quarterback broke his ankle or fractured his ankle, so he ain't gonna be playing. So Denver's chances are probably shot too. So I guess Chicago's my next pick. And if they get beat, I don't know. I like the Texans too. So I'm gonna say Houston will probably be in it. Houston and Chicago. I think that can happen. I can't remember. All right, guys. Well, like I said, I'm probably gonna go live tonight from home, where it's nice and warm. And I'm gonna make that announcement with the Oak Ridge game calls. They're gonna be they're gonna sponsor my channel this year, or from here on out. I was on the phone with Craig on the way down here Friday, and we were talking about a deal we were doing. So I think it's gonna work out. So I accepted, and we talked about it and what they want me to do and what I want them to do, and I'm going to be using Oak Ridge game calls, turkey hunting, and deer calls. So all the other calls that I have, I'll probably be doing giveaways or something with them. So, all right, guys, I think I'm going to end this live, and then the last half hour, we're just going to get quiet and sit here and see if anything comes through. And then I'll be heading home, so if you see my live tonight, I'll schedule it. Make sure you jump on, all right, guys? All right, man, well, like I say, take a kid fishing or hunting. I want to preserve our sport and pass it on to future generations. And we will see ya.